When whisking egg whites, it's a good idea to use room temperature eggs because you'll get a lot more volume from those that are warm at room temp versus those that are ice cold from the refrigerator. So let's do some. When a recipe calls for beaten egg whites or whipped cream to be beaten, it should tell you what stage or how stiff it should be beaten. Let's talk about egg whites for a minute. When I do whipped egg whites, first of all, I always use an egg separator to keep from contaminating those wonderful egg whites that I have. And I always separate them into their own small bowl and then into the larger bowl. So here we have about 4 egg whites that we're going to beat. And we're going to do this in the electric mixer, but they're not that difficult to do by hand. So if you look in here right now, you'll see that they're just very smooth. There are a couple of bubbles on top from pouring into the bowl, and that's it. We're going to start these on slow because what we're doing is making an emulsion of air bubbles within those egg whites. So we start it slowly, and then once we get it to the stage called foamy, we will increase the speed. Foamy is what dishwater looks like when you very first start doing the dishes, and I'm going to show you that when we get there. So let's get started and whisk some eggs. Alright, so let's have a look at what foamy looks like. This is it. It looks very much like dishwater, just as you've made it. Now what you're going to do, you're going to beat them to this stage on low speed. You're beating the air into the egg whites, most likely to make a very light mixture, possibly to even make something rise. So what we need to do is to stabilize these, and at this point, when they're foamy, we're going to add cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is a dry acid, and when it's mixed with the water in the egg whites, forms a liquid acid and helps to hold those bonds in the protein strings of the egg whites that'll keep the bubbles from breaking later on. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cream of tartar in, and the next thing we're going to do is beat these to soft peaks. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's see if we're at soft peaks. You need to take the whisk off the mixer, whirl it around in the bowl, and pull it out. And your peak should tip over like the top of an ice cream cone. This is soft peaks. Okay. Put it back on. Let's take it to medium peaks. Okay, so these are now at medium peak. When you pull the whisk out, the peak should go off to the side just like that. It won't curl all the way down like a soft peak. It won't stand straight up. It should go off to the side just like this. Now let's take these to stiff peaks. That's the last stage. And now we're at stiff peaks. When I whisk the beater around and pull it out, the peaks stand straight up in the air. This is the point where if you need to add sugar to your egg white, you put it in now and beat it again until it comes back to the stage where you need it to be. So that's it for egg whites. And now you know, foamy, soft peaks curl all the way over. Medium peaks go off to the side. Stiff peaks stand straight up.